Suga Sean O'Malley looks to avenge his only career loss against Marlon Chito Vera at UFC 299. Stay tuned to hear my official prediction for the main event of UFC 299. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. All right, guys. So probably the most stacked card of the year that we're going to see. I mean, I think UFC 299 is more stacked than 300 even. And the main event is such a good matchup. I mean, it's kind of a pointless fight from a ranking standpoint, but given their history, I'm pretty pumped for this. I think that Sean O'Malley's motivated to avenge his only career loss, even though it was an unfortunate drop foot type of situation. I think that this is something that the fans are down for. I know that the UFC definitely doesn't want Chito to win because then we probably have Chito versus Merab in a bantamweight title fight. And I highly doubt that that's what the UFC wants to do with the 135-pound division. And also, this is literally just for the backstory because Chito's ranked like 7th. I talked about this in my closer look video. He's ranked like 6th or 7th, and he's 1-2 he's 1-1 in his last 2. And he got badly beaten, decisively beaten by Corey Sandhagen, who the only reason that he's not in a title talk is because he was hurt or, basically because Chito beat Sean O'Malley like 4 years ago. Basically, the way I look at this going is Sean O'Malley is motivated to avenge his only career loss, and he has looked super sharp. He beat Peter Yan, and then he KO'd Aljo. And Suga Sean has that one punch, lights out power with a whole lot of other skills to his game too. He's got dynamic striking, crazy timing, crazy footwork. His teeps to the body are really nice. And he has the power and skill set to end somebody's night really early, like we saw with Aljo. And Chito Vera gets beat up. He gets beat up for 3 or 4 rounds and then finds a way to win towards the end of the fight. The Pedro Munoz was a little bit different. He eked out a split decision, and they put it on the same card as O'Malley and Sterling for the sake of setting up this fight. But I mean, guys, we know what this is. This is not, there's basically no reason from a rankings standpoint that this fight's even happening. But I talked about in my video last week about how the UFC needs to do this from a promotional standpoint. And when I talked about UFC versus WWE and how they're similar. Now, but we understand stories, personalities. That's how the UFC sells fights, and that's how they're going to sell this fight. The one thing that I found interesting is people saying that Sean O'Malley is a fabricated superstar, or they're trying to make Sean O'Malley look like a bigger star than he is from a pay-per-view sales standpoint due to the way they stacked this card so incredibly. I mean, this is a bigger card than 300, at least for me. That's what I'm more excited for the fights on this card than 300. And part of that is not just, and I don't really have an opinion on the fabricated superstar claim. I've yet to see anything that says he's not a superstar. Aljo said that the pay-per-view numbers were small, but I mean, Aljo didn't sell fights either. I don't know how the champ that doesn't sell fights puts it on the challenger who has a bigger following, more engagement, and more headlines for the fight not selling, but whatever. I think that more than just this, it's that Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua is the night before. And guys, we know Dana. He wants to outshine Francis. He wants the headlines to be off of Francis and on UFC for that weekend. It just is what it is. This is the way that Dana plays ball. He will fuck over the people that don't do exactly what he wants. Francis stood up to the negotiations. He stayed tough. He went and got money elsewhere. He went and beat Tyson Fury, in my opinion, and then moved on to an even bigger fight. You know Dana is not fucking happy about that. As much as Dana says, like, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, you think I care? Dana fucking cares. As much as he likes to say he doesn't, and as much as Dana simps like to say, oh, Dana's so real, he just doesn't give a fuck. Dana is sensitive as fuck, and you know it fucking eats at him that his heavyweight champion walked away with the belt. And you'll never have a lineal heavyweight champion unless Francis fights John. So there's another thing, but aside from that, the technicalities of the fight, Chito likes to get beat up. Chito likes to strike. Sean O'Malley does not get hit very often. He's very elusive, lateral movement when he gets pressured, tons of feints, knockout power, dynamic striking, spinning kicks, head kicks, front kicks, amazing boxing, and he's got jiu-jitsu as well. I think that they're going to fight this on the feet. This fight is going to be on the feet. And frankly, Sean is just better than Chito in the areas that this fight is going to take place. And I think that Sean's better than Chito all around. As much as people like to call him a hype job or anything like that, or say that he got gifted a title shot, gifted the Peter Yan matchup, he knocked out Aljo. And people were talking about Aljo as potentially the best bantamweight of all time before that fight. I think Sean O'Malley is going to KO Chito Vera. So that is my official prediction, is that Sean O'Malley will beat Chito Vera by KO in the first 3 rounds, probably, and move on to Ilia Topuria at 145 or Corey Sandhagen, because I know that the UFC does not want Merab to fight for a title. So it's kind of the same as Movsar at 145. They do not want Merab or Movsar to fucking sniff a title shot. At least now. They're going to make him have 2 more wins, 3 more wins each. But Henry Cejudo lost to Merab, and they'll give him a title shot against Sean O'Malley quicker than they'll give Merab a shot. Even though Dana said Merab's next, and Sean O'Malley said Merab's next, that's not what's going to happen. They said the same thing about Bilal, and Bilal's about to get fucked out of a title shot against Leon, or I think at least. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who do you think's next for the winner of this fight? And who do you think's going to win between Sean and Chito? If you like this video and you want more content just like this, click that subscribe button down below. If you want more content from me, go check out my weekly comedy podcast, the Hissyfit podcast, and go check out my personal channel, Wyatt's World. Go watch this suggested video, and I'll see you next time.